Okay, we are going to sharing the stories about from EMC waste to green pilot by our Witii Technology Limited. Witii is a startup company focusing on environmental friendly pilot business. And epoxy molding compound, EMC, is a common thermoset waste from IC industry. Our growth, Witii aims to offer a zero-waste product life cycle, recycled EMC material mixed with PE packaging materials and fabricate pilot. Can EMC waste change to pilot? We will try to sharing our opinion on this matter. Okay. Why the use of EMC are widely being used in microelectronic industry? The microelectronic industry has been growing rapidly in size as well as its importance. Electronic components such as integrated circuits, ICs, and microelectronic devices are fundamentally building blocks for almost all electronic products. Almost all of semiconductor packaging are using EMC. It plays a very important role in growing of microelectronic industry. The main advantage is low cost, easy for processing, and excellent electrical properties, which also provide protection to the chips from external environments such as humidity, shock, and temperature. So that's why the EMC are widely used for formulating the mounting components for encapsulation. So let's look at the picture of the slide that you can see the processing of ICs. Okay, as you can see, at the first step, we put the wire silicon chips with the integrated circuits on the mold and load a particular epoxy compound to a pop. After closing the top and bottom mold with several tens of crippling tonnage, a transfer unit preheating push the compound down push the compound down, and the compound flow into the molding area, melting down by mold temperature, approximately 180 degrees Celsius. The first step, the compound comes into the molding area slowly, not to blend the thin wire of the chips and not to have rolls, and then keeping top and the bottom molds closing until the compounds have been cured. And after opening the top and the bottom mold, the molded products are taken out. The mold surface are cleaning automatically, and every molding process have completed. So as you can, almost half of the molding compounds are being waste and discarded to be wasted in the process. In different molding weights, as you can see, a large part of EMC will be discarded to be waste. Because the runner and gauge, they will have many EMC will be discarded. And the EMC has particular properties, and it's never been melted down even by high temperature once it is cured. Apparently, it is benefit to the encapsulation process. That will be benefit for making electronic circuits. But this is not very good for our environment. The problems of EMC to the environment, I want to tell everyone, because the increased productions of electronic components in recent years has rapidly greatly increased amounts of mold residues of the EMC. As you can see, a lot of residues are byproducts of during this molding process, which is generated as industrial waste in molding process of electronic component packages. Recycling these residues has been difficult because the EMC cured by heat or other means into substantially invisible and insoluble products, which has the network structure, makes remolding almost impossible. Traditional, as compared to thermoplastic, traditionally most of the residues is disposed at landfill sites or by incineration. It is well known that plastic wastes are non-biodegradable, remain on Earth for several years, which are long-term risk of contaminations of soil and groundwater. Incinerations of plastic will emit toxic pollutant to the air. EMC without further reuse, which cause environmental pollution and resource wasting. I want to tell you some figures and I find on the internet. The global consumptions of EMC epoxy molding compounds are more than 3 million tons in 2017. As we mentioned before, about half of the production will be discarded as waste. So similarly, 1 million tons of EMC waste are going to landfill or incinerators. In concerns of our next generation, Witii put our effort on the recycling of EMC. But actually, why choose pilot? I have some, I want to share some figures to you also. The global sales of pilot are projected to climb 5% annual through 2017 to 5.1 billion unit, the productions. And in 2017, there is about 9.9 billion of pilot all over the world are using. It's a huge, huge number. In Asia Pacific region, led by China, will post the strongest unit sales increase of any regional market, average about 8.1% through 2017. The region, Asian Pacific region, also will overtake the North America to become the largest region's market by 2017. And when it will account for 1/3 of the global total. But wait a minute. We are talking about all kinds of pilot, including wooden, plastic. Some may be made by metal. How about the plastics pilot? Actually, I got the figures of wooden pilot only because the wooden pilot still dominate the market. It's just about 82% of pilot are made by wooden pilot in 2017. That means for past pallets of plastic, it is less than 20% in 2017. But we also have some good news. because the plastic pilot selling volume had it got massive increase, almost double from 2015 to 2017, which is from less than 10% of market share to almost 20% of total market share. So what does it mean? It means in 2 years, the selling of plastic pilot grows up from 0.5 billion units to 1 billion units in 2017. So it is a huge market and growing rapidly. Actually, we think our pilot, green pilot, can add a meaningful premium value to our customer who was working toward become a more environmental friendly and take up more social responsibility. And we are trying to solve the problem that's accumulated for many, many years. Actually, for all semiconductor factories, they are produced, when they make one plastic IC, there will be another plastic IC put into landfill. So for our next generation, we want to solve this problem, and thanks for NAMI, we got a chance to solve this problem and get a better future. That's all my presentation.